Tom Downey for Chat Sports, here to break down the updated NFC playoff picture before Monday Night Football, Rams and Cardinals. If you want the AFC playoff picture, which will be finalized after Sunday Night Football, Chiefs-Steelers going on right now as we push this video out, then subscribe. My boy Harrison Graham going to break down that video for you guys. So if you want consistent playoff updates, maybe some previews of this week's games, hit that big red button and subscribe today. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. We're still waiting for the Cardinals-Rams game on Monday Night Football, part of Super Wild Card Weekend here. But we do know at least one of the matchups next weekend for the NFC. The Cowboys lost to the 49ers. The Bucs beat the Eagles. Their regular season marks are going to get so confused and complicated otherwise here. So it will be Packers-Niners. Bucs against the winner of the Rams and Cardinals. We'll come back to that game, but I do want to recap and discuss the showings here for this week's Sunday's games, I should say. Bucs-Eagles. Bucs played great. Eagles bad. Or not, let me take that back. They're not bad. They are not of the caliber of Tampa, and that's not a huge surprise. No one thought Philly wasn't a Super Bowl contender, so of course they lost. Frankly, not even close of a game as the score might otherwise indicate. But there were people, myself included, who thought the Cowboys could be a Super Bowl contender. They were bad. That entire team, offense, tackling, O-line, quarterback, coaching, they were a disaster. Yes, there is the ref running over the quarterback and center to end the game. It's not why Dallas lost. They needed a miracle to pull off that comeback, and they almost did. But they came up short again, as has been the case for every Cowboys team outside of the Troy Aikman-led ones for as long as I can remember. Congrats to the Niners for earning that win over the Dallas Cowboys. Their reward? Well, I mean, you're still alive. You can't complain too much there. Now they get to take on the Green Bay Packers on the road, the NFC champions. And Green Bay with the bye, it helps them. The Niners playing pretty hot right now. So who will win the NFC? Is it the Packers, the Bucs, the Niners, or is it the Cardinals and Rams? We'll break down that game in a minute. But first, I want to hear your predictions in the comments section. Who will win the NFC? This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. The final NFC wildcard game, Cardinals at the Rams. The line's been moving a little bit. It's down to 3.5 in favor of the LA Rams. I would argue one of the better matchups in this wild card round. Both these teams, I think, if they play well, they can beat almost anybody in the postseason. Of course, it's the NFC West Super Championship game. You know, I called the Patriots-Bills game the Super, AFC East matchup. Bills blew them out of the water. Winner gets to advance and go on the road. Cardinals beat the Rams on the road back in Week 5. Kyler Murray played great. Chase Edmonds ran all over them. The Rams, he allowed 37 points. You're going to be in for a rough time. But more recently, the Cardinals didn't play great Week 14. Arizona playing poorly. Los Angeles also not playing that great if we're being honest. 30-20 was the final in this one. Matt Stafford played great. Kyler Murray did not. As of late, however, Stafford has not played all that great. So who you got in this one? ARI for the Arizona Cardinals. LAR for the Los Angeles Rams. Who you got in this matchup? The final playoff game left. Maybe with the other one going on. Depends on when you watch. We'll call it final either way. ARI, LAR. Get those votes in for me in the comments. Now today's show is powered by our sportsbook partner, BetUS. I have collapsed like the Cowboys have in recent months. So as the Cowboys played great, so were my bets, and then disaster. 125% deposit bonus. Even though I've got a bunch of bets wrong, I'm still up over $100 this year because I hit some parlays early this year. Chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFL Daily gets you a 125% deposit bonus. So far, 1-1 in the NFC. Also 1-1 in the AFC. I got the Chiefs covering against the Steelers. We'll see if I'm dumb or not, but had the Raiders covering. Oh, they were right there. They killed me. Cowboys -3. I love that. Didn't go very well for me on that one. The Cardinals, I've got them +4. If that bet is going to hit, well, you can fade me or go with me at chatsports.com/bet NFL Daily. It's going to hit. Quarterback got to play well. Kyler Murray has been dynamic on the ground this year. 423 carries, 5 touchdowns. Factor in all the stuff he's done so far with this team. He has been a big part as to why they've been contenders so far this year, but he's been a bit inconsistent, a little bit more so as of late. Really, since that Week 14 loss, Kyler Murray ain't been that same guy. For the year, 69.2, very nice, 24 touchdowns, 10 INTs, but last 5 games, 65%, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's been missing DeAndre Hopkins, make no mistake about it, but hasn't been peak Kyler Murray. Matthew Stafford, meanwhile, kind of on a similar trend. The numbers overall this year look really good. I think that's very clear. The past 4 games, though, for Mr. Stafford, and begins to tell a slightly different story. He has not been the same guy that he was early on this year. The interceptions, even though they've won 3 of those 4 games, have begun to appear, and it's just not quite been the normal Matthew Stafford, the good Matthew Stafford the Rams need. In those last 4 games, 67%, so not that different, but 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. That's a problem. So pick a quarterback for me. Type KM for Kyler Murray or MS for Matthew Stafford. Which one do you have more faith in entering Monday Night Football? Sound off for me in the comments section. Let's hit the Packers now against the Niners. They get to host, Green Bay does, San Francisco. The Packers will get the benefit of the bye, that extra time, extra prep, extra recovery. Thankfully, the Niners not playing Monday night. That would have been, I think, a pretty big disadvantage had the Rams or Cardinals to go on the road against Green Bay. They avoid that. We'll keep an eye on this throughout the week, by the way. The Niners lost both Fred Warner and Nick Bosa to injuries against the Cowboys. That is going to be worth monitoring. If those two, maybe Fred Warner more likely not to play, that's a big loss for San Francisco. These teams also played earlier in the year. The Packers won 30-20. Jimmy G was not bad, not quite good enough. Interestingly enough, Trey Sermon, that's right, Trey Sermon was the leading scorer in that, or rusher in that game for San Francisco. 10 carries, 31 yards. The Niners secondary is not good. Dallas did not do a good job of protecting Dak Prescott. If Green Bay can, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, they're going to feast, my friends. Now, we don't know the matchup of the final game yet, if it's Bucs versus Cardinals or Bucs versus Rams, but I do feel pretty good about Tampa winning that game regardless. Before we go, I'll say this too. I am excited about this Cardinals-Rams game. I thought this was going to be one of the best ones of the entire playoff stretch. We got Raiders-Bengals, awesome. We got Bills-Patriots. Good job, Bills. Patriots for cheeks, I'm sorry. Eagles-Bucks, not that great. Cowboys-Niners, great game. Went down to the wire. Cardiac Cowboys delivered. They choked again. Cardinals-Rams, I'm excited for. Now, I'll make note, I think the Bucs beat either. In my wild card round predictions, I had the Bengals winning, check. Bills winning, check. Bucs winning, easy check. Cowboys winning, Chiefs winning, we'll see in a little bit. And the Cardinals winning. We'll see if that ends up happening. So again, this is where things currently stand. Tampa gets the bye. Bucs have advanced. Cowboys lose to the Niners. They advance. Bucs beat the Eagles. Now we're waiting on the Rams and the Cardinals. So before we go, show some support / make fun of them. Put your F's in the chat to mourn the Eagles and Cowboys season. Philly losing? Nah, not a huge surprise. Dallas? That was pretty embarrassing. F's in the chat, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.